Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to play with some new makeup, and I have the new Dior Forever Hydra Nude Foundation. I have the new Lancome Mascara. This is the Flutter Extension Lash Idol Mascara. I also have one of the new Natasha Denona blushes. The one that is a blusher and highlighter, but really it's like a blush stopper, but we'll get into that when I get to the product. And then MAC released several new lipsticks, and I got one of them, one that I thought they were all pretty nude. It's a nude line, so I got the one that I thought it would look the best on me. We'll see if I can pull off this nude. So yeah, I have a few fun products. So let's get started, and we'll talk a little bit about the products as we get to them. So I did already put a little bit of corrector under this eye, but I wanted to do the other one with you, and this is the Dermatology Luminous Eye Corrector SPF 41. This is a really nice corrector, and you just need a little bit, but this is very hydrating, and I like the fact that it has SPF in it. So I'm only going to put it under my eye. I don't want to put in any of my dark, like my hyperpigmentation, because I want you to see how much the foundation covers. I have used this foundation in the past several times, so I have thoughts on it. And yeah, so as you can see, it doesn't cover everything, but it does help. And I think once you put the concealer on, it looks even better. If you apply a little extra, it's going to cover a little more. But I've been trying to put as little product as possible under my eyes, because I feel like the more product I put under my eyes, the more it creases, and then it looks like a little dry under my eyes. Even though this is very hydrating, I don't find this to be a dry product at all. I actually do enjoy it, and the applicator is like a metal applicator, and it feels really good under the eyes. But I feel like the best way to spread the product is with my fingertip, and the warmth of your fingertip kind of like melts the product into your skin. So I really like that. Alright, so we're going to start with the foundation. I'm going to put a little bit on this hand. I feel like this foundation oxidizes, and it does get a little darker. I have mine in 2N, and when I first got it, I thought it was a little light, but I feel like once I was done, it looked fine. So I'm going to put a little there to see if it oxidizes, and I'm going to put like a pump on this hand. And as you can see, it is a little thick consistency, but when you put it on, it doesn't feel thick. It actually spreads really, really nice. I love Dior foundations. I think that Dior and Chanel have amazing foundations. As far as high end, they're probably one of my favorite formulas. Probably gonna need a little more. This is like a small pump, which I'd rather have a pump that gives you little product, and then you can add more as you need it. And this is the BK Beauty 101. This is the travel one, the small one. This is a medium coverage foundation, and I'm going to tell you a little more about it as I apply. Available in 18 shades and 3 undertones, Dior Forever enters a new complexion era with Hydra Nude Foundation that delivers medium coverage with an invisible finish and 24-hour wear. Infused with hyaluronic acid for 48 hours hydration, and breathes comfortably all day. Created with 50% water, the fresh lightweight formula includes 96% natural origin ingredients and mineral pigments for flawless looking results. Medium invisible coverage with no makeup feel. I'm going to put the rest of what I have on my hand. I'm going to spread it on the brush and just put it on the areas that I feel like I need a little more coverage. So I feel like this is a true medium coverage foundation. It lasts all day on me. It's not super glowy, but it's definitely not matte. I think it just gives you like a pretty satin finish to your skin. It doesn't feel heavy. It is very fragrant. It has fragrance for sure. So if you don't like that, but most luxury foundations, and I think you would consider this one a luxury foundation, Dior, Chanel, Gourmande, all of those have fragrance. They're very perfumed. It's something that dissipates. It doesn't, stay around. The fragrance doesn't stay around for a long time. I feel like I have extra product right there on the edge. So I really think that, you know, it doesn't bother me. I actually enjoy it. I feel like, I don't know, it's a little, it feels like a little luxury. So I don't mind it if I have fragrance in my skincare or in my makeup, as long as it dissipates and I don't continue to smell it. So as you can see, I don't think it really looks, I mean, I guess it looks a little lighter than my neck, but if I have to choose between a lighter foundation that's a little lighter, a little darker, I prefer to go a little lighter, because by the time you add your blush, your bronzer, you can make it look, it can all blends in. I feel like if I go a little darker, then I'm going to really see, I'm going to have to take it all the way down my neck, because I'm kind of in between. If I get, sometimes I can get a medium, light medium, and I can get away with it, but sometimes light medium is too dark for me. So I'm kind of in between the light and the light medium. It doesn't cover 100%. If that's what you're looking for, you know, this isn't going to do it, but I'm fine with it. I feel like once I put, you know, some concealer on, it looks fine. I'm going to use the Dior Forever Skin Correct Concealer, and this is in the shade 2W. I don't know why I got W, because this is a little yellow for me, but we can make it work. And you know what, I messed up. I have not been going straight to my eye with concealer. I've been putting it on the back of my hand, adding it that way, because I feel like I do a better job of not putting on too much. But hey, it is what it is. I messed up. I'm so used to doing it this way that it's kind of hard for me to remember to do it on the back of my hand and then go from there. So I'm going to try, as you can see, like I said, you can see the hyperpigmentation. So I'm going to try to hide that a little bit with a little bit of concealer. But it did a pretty good job on the side of my nose where my broken capillaries are. I think it did a pretty good job of covering that. Okay, I'm going to take my foundation brush and just kind of go over it. Make sure everything is really blended. But I think it's pretty. I think it's a very pretty foundation. I really do like it. It lasts all day. When it starts fading, it fades nicely. It doesn't fade patchy or anything like that. But I really find that I've tried, I think, every foundation Dior has released, and I have loved every one of them. So I will be very disappointed if they released one that I didn't like. But this one is beautiful. I really do enjoy it and love it. I think it's so, so pretty. Alright, so I'm going to use a little bit of the Mario powder. This is, I forgot to tell you guys the shade, I think, when I used it the last time. It's in Fair Pink. And I love the fact that it's very, I'll show you. It's a very, very light pink. It almost looks translucent. But some pink powders that they're releasing now, they're so pink. Too pink. Oh, I almost dropped the foundation. So I don't enjoy that. I don't know if I really showed you the packaging. It is beautiful. As you can see, it's a glass packaging. It has a beautiful like off-white lid, and of course it has a nice pump. It doesn't give you like too much product at one time, which I'd rather give me a small amount in one pump and then I can add to it. Some pumps give you too much product, then you end up wasting it, which, you know, when you have a pricey foundation, you don't want to waste it. So I'm going to take a little bit of the powder, and I'm just going to powder a little bit, mainly in my T-zone. And right here, to kind of like hide the pores a little bit. And I'll give you a close-up. I didn't put a pore reducing primer on today. I actually did not put any primer on today because I wanted you to see how the foundation looks on its own. So I don't think it accentuates the pores, but it definitely doesn't blur them all the way either. But it's pretty. It's a really pretty foundation. And like I said, it doesn't really give you like a lot of glow, but it doesn't make you look flat either. You can still see like a little bit of glow on my face, which I think is very beautiful. Okay, so that's all the powder I'm going to use. I really, like you guys know, I don't use a lot of powder. So now we're going to try the new Natasha Denona foundation. And I wasn't going to get this foundation, but Natasha Denona, this is a story. I'm going to use my BK Beauty 106 to apply this. And we're going to go with, I'm going to swatch these for you. This is the blush, which is very creamy, but not soft. Very pretty. I got mine in the shade Fresh Mauve. They didn't have too many shades that I was really crazy about. The lighter ones were all like peachy, and I really didn't want to go peachy. And this is the highlighter, which what I like to do is I like to apply like kind of like peeking through the blush. So let's do the blush first, and then I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to grab a little bit there. But anyway, the reason I ended up getting this, I had my affiliate code for some reason with Natasha Denona is not working now. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was because when they made the change, they went from one of the companies that the creators would use. When you use like my link and my code, it was being handled by a company. And then that's how we got a commission on anything that you guys purchase with our code. Well, I don't know if when they made the change, they deactivated my code. But anyways, instead of paying me for whatever commissions I had made through some of the sales, they told me that I had a store credit for like, it was like $40 and some odd cents. So they sent me that like the beginning of December. And I was afraid I was going to end up losing that information. So I said, well, let me go ahead and just use it on the blush. Because I was waiting to see for the next, whatever the next palette was that she releases, use it towards that. But I know myself and I'll probably end up losing it. So I'm going to try first with my finger. And what I'd like to do, the way that I tried it before, is I like to put it like, right like over the edge of the blush. So it's almost like a blush topper. Have like a hair stuck there. Here we go. But this shade is kind of dark to wear it as a solo highlighter. So I thought this is like, I'd rather just use it like a blush topper. It's pretty. But it's just something that, you know, as soon as it was released, I was like, oh, I have to have that in my collection. I think it's very pretty. I'm not sorry I have it. But I don't know. So anyways, I've had a couple of people said they tried to use my code and it wasn't working. So I emailed them on Friday to see what the problem was with my code. So if it changes, I will have it down in the description box. I didn't want to put any bronzer on today so that you guys can see what the blush looks like. It is very pretty. It lasts a nice amount of time. I don't set it with a powder blush. I just leave it like that. I feel that it doesn't dry down all the way. It doesn't feel heavy on my face, but right now it's still like dewy. So anyway, for my eyes, I purchased this when Lunar Beauty released. This is a set. They both came in one box, and there is a night and a day palette. This is the day palette, which is so pretty. Let me take the plastic off. It's so pretty. It's very nice and neutral, right on my alley. And then this is the night palette, which is also absolutely gorgeous. So I think I'm just going to create a look using both palettes. So I'm going to start with this shade right here. This one is called Beach Day. It's very pretty. I like Lunar Beauty. They have a really nice formula. Primer I'm using today is what I use most of the time, this Sigma Beauty Eyeshadow Base Primer in Ignite. And that is 99% of the time, that is the primer I am using. And it's not too tacky. It does a nice job of covering any redness or veining that you have on your lid. It's tacky enough that your eyeshadow sticks to it, but not tacky that your brush gets stuck on it. Some really tacky primers, I don't like that, because you can have the problem where the eyeshadow does get stuck. Okay, I'm going to use the same brush, and I'm going to go to this one right here. This one is called Girls Day. So maybe I'll do a look on this eye with this. I already used that one, but that's okay. With this palette, and then I'll look on the other one. You know, to me, there's no such a thing as a day look and a night look. I can wear either one anytime. And sometimes you can create something a little softer, and then decide if you're going to go out later at night and you want to amp it up a little bit. You just make it a little darker, wear an eyeliner, just something a little different. Shadows are blending beautifully. Okay, I'm gonna go to this one here now, which is called Mattitude, this one right here. And I'm gonna use a slanted brush. This is the BK Beauty 205. The only thing I wish this palette had like something just a little darker. I guess if it's daytime, you're not supposed to go super dark, but I always like something just a little darker just to take it out on the outer V. See, this one doesn't go, that's about as dark as it goes, and that's the darkest shadow in here. And I just don't feel like that's dark enough. I like something a little darker. So we're gonna leave it like that for now. And then we have 3 shimmers. So we have 6 mattes and 3 shimmers. And I'll go ahead and swatch those for you. Okay, so this one here is called Lumas, whatever that is. Then the next one is more like a topper. It's called Bratty. And then the one going across is called Shoreline. So I think I'm going to put the Shoreline because the other ones are a little light. Ooh, it's pretty. And then just put the topper over it. I put it on the wrong eye. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'll just use like one of the darker shadows. We're going to mix and match, okay? Change of plans. Because Clara doesn't know what she's doing. You guys know I'm a very special creator, very professional. Yeah. So I'm going to go over Bratty right here. And kind of like go over it. Oh, that makes it nicer. Makes it like cooler, like a cooler shade. Cooler tone. Brings down the gold a little bit. Okay, I'm going to go to the dark palette. And I'm going to go into this shade right here that is called Scene Stealer. So yeah, that's what I like. This palette has... Oh, I missed. You guys. But that's okay. Because that way you guys are going to see how I fix it. Right? Yeah, no. When you watch my channel... I never call it a tutorial because I am not a professional. I'm just someone that loves to play with makeup. I mess up a lot and that's okay. Okay, I'm going to take a fluffy brush. And that's pretty, but you can even go darker. You can go with this one right here. And I think I'm going to take this brush. That one is called Go-Go. Actually, I'm going to mix it with the brown. Scene Stealer and these 2. I like that. Because the Go-Go is a black. So I like mixing it with the brown. Because I don't always want to wear a black. But like this, it just makes it look like a really dark brown. Okay, so now let's fix my boo-boo. So I'm going to put just a little bit of concealer there. And then I'm going to take my concealer brush. And try to, if it's a really dark color, try to wipe off a little bit of it. Not just go over, you know, leave like all the darkness and then go over with a concealer. Because sometimes it makes it look like you have a bruise if you do that. But see, I removed a little bit, so it's fine now. Yeah. So anyways, on this side... let's swatch these. These are, this one is Girls Night. Oh, that's pretty. Beauty Queen. Ooh. So over here you have Ladies Night, Beauty Queen, and Killer Skin. Very pretty. Okay, so let's go with Girls Night. But I am going to have to make that outer corner a little darker. Oh, that's pretty though. To tell you the truth, after trying out these palettes, the shimmers are okay. But normally his shimmers are better than this. I'm going to take Scene Stealer, that one right there. and go on my outer corner, trying to make that a little darker. Yeah, the mattes are blending like a dream, but I'm not too impressed with the shimmers. Usually they're a lot better. A little disappointing. I usually really do enjoy his makeup a lot, his line, but I must say this is not one of my favorite palettes. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of the Beauty Queen and put it in the center. That's pretty. Okay, I'm going to take the pencil brush and I'm going to go into these two right here. Go on my outer, go my lower lash line. I'm going to clean out a little bit this outer corner here too. I feel like the other one looks a little brighter than this one, so I just want to make them equal. I'm just going to blend. So I'm going to take the first brush that I used and go back to this shade right here and just bring a little bit out, back, just go over the edge. So I think both of these palettes really complement each other. I mean, they will make a beautiful one palette, right? But like I said, the mattes are really nice. The shimmers are okay, but they're, you know, it's like you really have to build them, and they almost feel more like toppers. Like this bottom one feels like a topper. They just feel kind of dry. They don't feel creamy, which I usually like my shimmers to feel like a little creamy. Let me see if I can do like, make this one like a little cooler. I'm using the silver one. Yeah, they're like okay, but I'm not too impressed, to tell you the truth. And you guys know I would always, I love Manny's brand, but not crazy about these shimmers. It is a pretty look though. All right, so now, and I really don't have any fallout, so that's a good thing. Yeah, no, I don't have any fallout, so that's amazing. All right, so now let's try the mascara. So this is supposed to be, it's supposed to separate, give you length, give you volume. You're supposed to be able to use it, you know, wear it for up to 24 hours. It's not supposed to weigh down your lashes. So I'll tell you a little bit more about it, what they're saying about the mascara as I'm applying it. Now this is the deluxe size. I didn't want to get a full one, a regular size one, because I have so many mascaras going right now. So I wanted to go ahead and try it, but I decided to just get the small one. This is the first time I try it, so I will leave pinned comment if it's smudged, if it flaked. I'm going to use it both on upper and lower lashes. This is what the brush looks like, which this is not one of my favorite kinds of brushes. I feel like these don't really do much for my lashes. But let's see, because sometimes the formula is amazing. So I don't want to judge the mascara by just the brush. So I want to tell you also, and I did it before I started the video. One thing I've been doing is combing through my lashes before I put my mascara on. And I remember before starting the video, and I thought, well, I'll probably forget before my mascara. But I've been going through it with like a spoolie. It makes a big difference, especially on this eye, because I sleep on my left side most of the night, and like the lashes on the end, they kind of, you know, they kind of curve like in. And I think that whenever I brush my lashes, it kind of like spreads them out and helps them go the correct way. So it feels like it's not super wet, but it doesn't feel like a dry mascara either. It actually looks nice. I think it's doing a great job of separating my lashes. This is what one coat looks like. So let me apply, while I apply the rest of the mascara, I'll tell you a little bit about it. Lancome's Curved Mascara Wand pushes up and fans out lashes for an open eye effect lasting up to 24 hours, while the 360 Micro Bristle grabs every lash from root to tip, no matter the length, for longer eyelashes without the clumps. The gel formula won't weigh on lashes, leaving them feathery, soft, no flaking or smudging. Okay, so this is 2 coats. I think it does a nice job of giving you length and separation. It's not giving me a lot of volume, I don't think. I mean, it looks okay, give me some volume, but I have mascaras that give me more volume, but I like the way that it separates my lashes. But some mascaras, like I said, this is the first time I use it, and it may get better after it's been open for like a week. Most of the time, a brand new mascara doesn't do that well in the first time you use it, and I think this looks very pretty. I think it looks very, very nice. Let's try to see if we can build it a little more, and if it gets clumpy. So far I would say no, but it does give you really good volume. I'm not sure if they have it on waterproof. I will look and put it here if they have it on waterproof. I never look for that. I always forget to look to see if a mascara is offered in the waterproof formula. But I know that some of you like waterproof. Julie asks me whenever I review a new mascara, she'll ask me if it comes in waterproof, and I always forget to check. So if she asks me, I usually check and let her know in the comment if it does. But this one I'm not sure, and sometimes it comes out in a regular formula first, and then later on it comes out in waterproof. So now let's try the lipstick. I'm gonna wipe this off. And what I have on is the Edam. This is called the Chouchou Soft Lips Softening Balm, and this is in the shade Bissap Glaze. I will link it below. This is very similar to the Glossier Balm.com, I think they're called, and those are amazing. These are very similar. They're just as thick. You have to be careful when you apply them that you don't apply too much, because it can get thick and goopy. And I find the same with the Glossier, that, you know, a little goes a long ways, and you can always build it up if you want more. But if you put too much at one time, it gathers on the sides and it feels heavy on your lips. But if you just put a little bit on, it's fine. And I love to wear with a lip liner, and then just a little bit of this in the center of my lips, or, you know, with a lip liner, and it looks amazing. All right, so I'm gonna swatch for you the lipstick and the shade that I got. Like I said, it was 627 Cool Teddy, and most of the lipsticks that were released were have like a gray undertone, and I know those don't look good on me. I look like a corpse if I wear something like that. But I thought I like the regular Teddy, so I thought this would be a good one. So we will see, because sometimes it looks better on my hand than it looks on my lips. I don't have very pigmented lips, so not really light lipsticks do not look nice on me. So I'm going to use it with a lip liner in World, also from MAC, and I thought this was a good match, and I already had this. As you can see, that's a good match. So I'm going to put this on. A lot of you have been asking me about my nails lately, and these are the Kiss press-on nails. I'm going to link them below what I've been using. My nails have been doing so horrible lately, so I decided to use these. They last a long time. I don't really feel like they damage my nails. All right, the moment of truth. I love MAC lipsticks, and they smell so nice. They smell like vanilla, but not nauseating. It's a little cool tone on me, but I think it's okay. I think I would probably like even a darker lip liner. What do you think? Let me know what you think of the shade. Still has a little bit of gray in it. I can see it on my lips. It doesn't look how different to me it looks between my hand and my lips. That looks very different. It looks like pinkier on my hand than it does on my lips. On my lips, that little bit of gray comes out. Yeah, building it up doesn't help, does it? But I mean, it's pretty. I like it. Is it my favorite lip color? No. Let me see if I can find a darker lip liner, and let's see how it looks with a darker lip liner. Okay, this lip liner is from Lancome, and it's called Raisin Berry, I believe. Raisin Berry is one of my favorite lip liners from Lancome. I'll just mix it together. I think that maybe that's a little better, but I think it looks a little better. I think it looks a little darker now. So yeah, that's fine. I like that. And then if I wanted to, I can use that lip gloss, lip balm over it. Okay, so let's try with a little bit of the lip balm over it and see how it looks. So it's thick like the Balm.com. And I'll swatch this for you. That's the swatch of the lipstick, of the lip balm. It's very nice. Okay, so let's use a little bit of this. This is the Doll Skin Genius Super Spray with Hyaluronic Spray. It's a hyaluronic spray serum with reishi mushroom. This is from Doll 10. And this is really good. And you can wear it with, even if you don't have makeup on. You can just use it as a hydrating spray. I'm going to spray a little bit in my BK Beauty 110 and go on my under eyes. And this is a good way of setting your concealer without using powder. And this doesn't have alcohol in it, which is the only kind of spray that I would put under my eyes. I don't put anything with that has alcohol under my eyes. And really try very hard not to put it on my face either. I'm going to use a little bit of that one on my brow bone. I'm going to use this brush right here. This is by REPHR 02. That brightens it up a little bit. Oh yeah, that looks nice. That looks a lot better actually. I'm also going to take this brush right here and go into this one and just go on my inner corner a little bit. Just a little finishing touches that you don't need, but if you feel that, you know, you just want to add a little something to your look, it's always nice. And sometimes you have to wait till your face is all put together before you can see if you want to add something else to it. So my brows were already done, and what I used today was my NYX Professional Powder Louder pencil, and then I used my Patrick Ta. Is it here? Oh, here it is. My Patrick Ta. This is the For Brows Major Brow Lamination Gel, and this I got in one of those Sephora favorites kits. I didn't buy it, well, I bought it, but it came in the kit. I didn't seek it out on its own, and it's okay. My brows are really not, they stay in place. This, you can feel it. It feels a little crunchy, to tell you the truth, which I normally don't like that. But yeah, I don't really like for my brows to feel hard and crunchy. Yeah, see, you can hear it. The brush going through it, lordy. So I normally never touch my brows though. Like once I do them, I really don't touch them anymore, and they pretty much stay in place. Most of the time, if I wear a brow gel, is a tinted brow gel so that I can skip the pencil using a brow pencil. But I just used it today just to use it. But anyways, I think the lipstick looks a lot better with the darker lip liner and the lip gloss, to tell you the truth. Let me know what you think. Alright, so let me see. The last thing I want to check to see if this oxidized. So it looks a little peachy on my skin now. So let's see. I think it did. Yeah, you can see the difference. Look at the difference. This is the now, and this is when I put it on. So as you can see, it looks a little darker and peachier. So I think that going a little lighter worked for me, and that's why I usually go with a little lighter shade, because I find that most foundations oxidize and then it's going to end up too dark. But as you can see, everything matches now. I'm pretty light, you know, my skin is pretty light. So alright you guys, so this is all I have for you today. Again, I do like the foundation. I've worn it several times. It looks very pretty. It feels very light on your skin. I don't think it blurs all the way, but my pores, they don't look so bad. I mean, I have pores. There's only so much I can do with them. I have skin. It is what it is. But they don't look too bad. The blush is nice. This is something that I say, oh, you have to, if you have like a Patrick Ta that is basically the same thing, or, because I really don't, I feel like only the two lightest shades look like blush and highlighter. I think this is too dark to be a highlighter, so it's more like a blush topper, like the way that I wore it. It doesn't feel as tacky now. It doesn't feel powdery. When Goss tried it on, he said that it was a gel to powder, I think he called it. I don't find it that it does that to my skin. I feel like it still stays pretty dewy. Oh boy, now I went, see, I didn't have clown cheeks before, but yeah, we couldn't leave it alone, so we have clown cheeks now. Now you know you're on the right channel, you're on Clara's channel, because she went clown cheeks again. Alright, but so anyway, he said it was like a gel to powder. I don't really feel like it turns to powder. It's not super sticky, but I can feel it if I touch it. But I'm not a person that touches her face during the day, so it really doesn't bother me. Unless it's super dewy, that it looks like really greasy and oily, and it feels, you know, some makeup products feel heavy on your face. I don't like that. I can't stand that. Actually, I will go wash it off if that's the case. This doesn't feel like that. This feels very comfortable, very pretty. I think it looks nice. Yeah, now I toned it down a little bit, so it looks nice. But do I think this is a true highlighter? No, I think this is way too dark for a highlighter. No way. And this is, I think, like the third. There's like 5 shades I think she released, and this is like the third one up. So the other two that were lighter, they were like peachy, and I really didn't want peach. And then she does have darker ones, which is nice, because if you have a richer skin tone, then those will be beautiful for you. But, and this might be a nice highlighter for somebody with darker skin tone, but will this work as a blush? So I don't know. I just feel like there has to be more of a difference between the blush and the highlighter. But it's nice. Will I use it? Yes. Am I glad I have it? Yes. Would I go and say, oh, it's so amazing, let me go buy another one? No. Like the Patrick Ta, I have several different shades of his cream and powder blushes, because I think those are amazing. I think I would rather get that than this. But that's just me. I'm being honest with you. The mascara so far looks good. I think it did a really good job for the first time using it. I think my lashes look long. They look separated. They look pretty. Let's see if it's smudges or flakes. I'll get back to you on that. What else did I use? The powder. This is a really nice powder, guys. This is really finely milled, and it does a really nice job. It looks nice on the skin. So is this something you have to have? No, we don't have to have any of this, right? The lipstick, I mean, it looks prettier now. I like that. I wish it would have looked like that on my lips. I don't think it looked like that on my lips. Let me know if you think it looked like that. I think it looked a little more grayish on my lips. But I think it's, you know, like I said, my lips are not very pigmented. And I think that has a lot to do with how a color that looks one way on me is going to look different on you, because we have different pigmentation, different skin tones. Thank you for spending some time with me. I hope you have an amazing rest of your week. I love you, and I will see you on my next one. Bye, guys. Mwah.